Greetings, everyone, and a warm welcome to our weekly meditations for the soul. Meditations for the soul are intended to illumine the true nature of the higher self, the soul, and the existence of enlightened beings who are reaching out to humanity at the dawn of a new era. Through their teachings, we become aware that current events in the world are preparing humanity for significant changes ahead. The weekly meditations aim to build a community founded on the love and understanding of the soul, whose divine task is to bridge the gap between the lower and higher realms of life on our planet. When the objective of meditation is achieved, a bridge of light is established between the physical brain and the soul, thereby enabling the soul's light to be registered by the brain. When the mind is steady and still higher intuitive levels can be reached. We invite you to join us each week to cultivate this group field and together build the bridge of light to the soul. Our program will last about 30 minutes. Please keep your microphones muted and your videos off during the program. A reading from spiritual elders will be followed by the meditation, which will begin and end with a gentle bell. There will be closing words and music at the end. In preparation for the meditation, we encourage you to focus your attention inward. Let us begin.
Words from spiritual elders. It is written that down through the ages, whenever lawlessness and violence stalk the land, when the despair of humanity is greatest and the cry for divine intervention grows loudest, a higher power appears to save humanity from total destruction. At this moment in evolution, however, as a portion of the race passes from spiritual childhood to adolescence, and some into adulthood, a new requirement exists for the manifestation of divinity on earth. It is tied to the reality of hierarchical relationships that will give birth to a world order in resonance with the divine plan. In a time when human beings are awakening to their own divinity, God can no longer take the form of a distant father or mother or son or prophet or divine emissary who comes to rescue humanity from the ruins of its own making. This is the time for humanity to unfurl the divinity of the soul in and through communion with divine beings on higher rungs of the evolutionary ladder. These same beings are preparing to respond to the call for their light and love and power in human affairs. It is through dynamic relationship that conscious souls and members of the hierarchy that the brotherhood of light will be drawn to return to visible manifestation, and the Christ will reappear to inaugurate the new age. Let us begin a guided meditation. In times of lawlessness and violence, when the despair of humanity is at its utmost and the cry for divine intervention grows loudest, a higher power appears to save humanity from total destruction. At this pivotal moment in human evolution, a new requirement has emerged for the manifestation of divinity on earth. The new process involves humanity building hierarchical relationships that will lead to a world order in harmony with the divine plan. As untold numbers perish and starve in conflicts of political origin, the spiritual hierarchy is exerting every effort to inform awakened minds to the truth about what is occurring in the world today. Although most of humanity still sleeps, especially those in power, new life is being born in those who can hear. We are told that the Christ and his masters will appear when the time is right to open the door to greater light. They will declare that the true self of human beings survives the loss of the outer persona and endures into future lives. The knowledge that death does not exist is the source of one's power to persevere during these times of uncertainty. As the new reality unfolds, we recognize that the human soul is an intrinsic part of the realm of souls, and that God is not a distant entity. When we overcome the fear of death, the light of the soul shines through our eyes, helping to diminish fear and bring reassurance to others. It is a light that reminds us that good exists in the world, despite all the ugliness and horror, and serves as a beacon of hope for a better future. The hierarchy is actively approaching disciples today to help prepare humanity at large for the earth changes that lie ahead and for Christ's role in the shift into the new age. Let us fall still at this moment and visualize the radiant light of our souls and the light of hierarchy overshadowing us with love and wisdom. In the wisdom teachings, the moon is said to represent the dead past. No energy issues forth from that planetary body except for the reflected light of the sun. Without the light of the soul, the human personality reflects the past, which should be left behind, but is reflected in the present through ancient habits until we consciously break those habits. Soul is the link between the lower and higher worlds. It is the light of the soul that has the power to charge the atoms of the physical body with greater light. When these tiny lights radiate at a higher frequency, the cells of the physical body are changed and become radioactive. We can discover new life and light by turning our minds and hearts frequently toward the soul. When the soul's light is activated, a subtle life force accumulates that can dissolve outworn patterns of thought and feeling that have been etched into the persona for lifetimes. By this means, the persona of the incarnate soul can radiate outward the inner source of light. This is happening increasingly today as personalities are being fused with the light of the soul in preparation for the birth of a new world. Let us fall still and become aware of the group gathered together in a spirit of unity. Picture its members scattered across the globe and united by a single beam of radiant light pouring in from higher levels. Hold this clear and unifying light of the one soul for a few minutes. In the words of the elders, quote, "What is now occurring on earth has rightly been called a nightmare. The most dreadful terrors conjured by human minds, ensnarled in the darkness of separation, have been unleashed upon the planet. Inevitably, these forces will reach a point of climax and recede. Little known, however, is the fact that they are paving the way into the world of light. With every increment of horror, evil, and injustice, the walls of the human heart thicken until, like sheets of solid ice, they crack apart and let in the light. It has always been true that in moments of agony, the soul cries out to a higher force. That moment has now arrived for billions of incarnate souls. By such means, humanity is groping its way toward the first initiation. You, who have long ago taken this initiation, are way-showers for those who come behind you on the path. Let your presence be known by the radiatory force of your love and by the strength of your light." Unquote. Let us rest in silence for a minute and allow these words to resonate deeply within our beings.
As we return to outer awareness, we give thanks to everyone for being part of this gathering. Meditations for the soul are offered every Wednesday, Thursday in the Asia Pacific at the same time. For information on the Italian and French meditations, visit at it.atreeoflight.org and fr.treeoflight.org. You can contribute to the awakening of the human soul by inviting others within your spiritual network to participate in these meditations. Invitations can be downloaded from the community page of the website. Let us rest in the joy of the soul as we end with music. Our gathering will now close.